let's assume they could get him at the right price, okay? That it's $1.5 to $2 million, which is what Clayton said is the price that would be right for them to bring him in as a backup quarterback. I think this is a no-brainer, 100% yes, bring in Colin Kaepernick. He's got more experience than Boykin. He's been to a Super Bowl. He could win a game or two if necessary. He puts competitive pressure on Russell Wilson, and he'd be reasonably cheap. I'm not sure what I'm missing. I understand that there's the off-field stuff, and I almost hope that's the only reason. I hope I'm not getting the he used to be a 49er and I hate him. I hope not, because to me, that's the best part of this whole thing. The idea of taking the spoils from your vanquished enemies is half the fun of dominating a rivalry.
I hope we get some of those.
I hope we do too.
We broke his
to me,
will.
You sign Colin Kaepernick, you make him be your backup, then you hire Jim Harbaugh, and he's your quarterback's coach, and Jed York gets to be the ball boy on Sundays. You've vanquished your enemies. Let's go. You win. That's the best part of this thing. You declare utter victory. Oh yeah, remember your quarterback in the rivalry? Yeah. He's our backup. Cool. That's ultimate victory to me, and that's half the reason to get this done.
I tried to come up with 3. Do you want me to give them to you now? You got full phone lines.
Sure. I'd love to hear them.
I'll go in a descending order. I tried to give you 3, and let me just say legitimately, if it's a 1 year, $1.5 to $2 million deal, I do that deal. I think it's the best fit for Kaepernick. I think it's the best fit for the system. I think you have complete control. If it doesn't work and it's going the wrong way, he's out, and you lose a little bit of money. So if you're in control with that kind of deal, I sign up for that. But here's three reasons on the other side. Number one, he's simply not that good. That he's, numbers aside, whatever. I know he didn't turn it over. He also checked it down at every last turn, but he's inaccurate. He's a less than 60% passer. He one-hops it. I've seen the ceiling. I've seen the body of work. And why do I want to have that versus a guy, whether it's Boykin or somebody else that we find and we develop, that we can actually develop? Finished product, and he's not that good. That's number one. Number two, not a fit in the quarterback room. As it turns out, that call's made to Russell and his people, and they're like, nope, don't really want it. I just don't really want that distraction. I'm a tunnel vision guy. I'm there at 6. I'm out at 8. I want somebody alongside in that way, and I just don't really think that it's a fit in my quarterback room. I'm just giving you 3.
That's you can't make those 2 arguments while Trevon Boykin's been your backup the last 2 years.
That's number 2. And number 3, I'm trying to give you 3, okay?
Good luck.
And then number 3, and this would be the only one to me. Those 2 are pretty weak.
Those 2 are weak.
Yeah, and I agree.
Kaepernick's better than anyone else out there. He's better than what you've had.
And number 3 is some of those defensive players that I do think a lot of the empowerment and the individual empowerment and the contract and the salaries fall on that side, so that voice is awfully loud. And if some of those defensive players love the backup, you know who loved me in Indy? All the defensive players love me. Especially the first year when we were 9-7.
So hold on.
No, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
Defense players always love the backup quarterback.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Your arguments include that he's not that good and that he's so good the defensive players are going to like him?
Will you stop trying to diminish my arguments? I'm trying to give you 3 here, all right? I'm doing the best I can.
But you don't even believe them.
Not really. Not necessarily.
You don't even believe them.
They're not great. But this is the one that has a little bit of steam. If those defensive guys, the Shermans and the Bennetts or whatever, and it just becomes, and Russell struggles just a little bit and starts to squawk, I think that there was some tension and some stress and some pressure points and has been in that locker room with those defensive guys and their quarterback, which, by the way, is natural, which I felt in Indianapolis way back when and other franchise quarterbacks have felt and Ben Roethlisberger feels and other guys feel, and especially with some of just the individual empowerment of those defensive guys. Would that be the healthiest situation?